Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to know this week. My name is Josh Chomick.
I'm Jordan Morris.
And I'm Jimmy Parks.
And Josh Sobo is off this week, but here we are at the Garden State.
Yeah, this is my first time ever doing it without him.
Really?
It's only ever you two that are absent.
And you're sitting in Josh Sobo's spot.
I know, it's weird.
Chomick and I did an episode without Sobo once, right?
I think it was just us two. Oh, with Anthony, yeah.
Yeah, Anthony was here.
So this is a first time for this crew right here. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it should be good.
Sobo deserved the off week. I think it's like his third time he's ever missed a podcast. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Only the third?
He's always here. It's always like me or Jimmy are gone.
He's like the leader. Without him, this whole thing falls apart.
Like we all say, like we say every single week, he's the captain of the ship. He knows how to steer it. We don't. We don't even have our boating license. And somehow we're going to have to drive this thing today.
I don't even have my motorcycle license, let alone my
But you have your
license.
CDL, so that's pretty cool.
I do have my CDL, you're right.
So we could say this is like a tractor trailer and you're kind
qualified.
You're pulling us.
Yeah, I know how to back into, I can alley dock.
Can you actually?
Yeah.
With the tractor trailer?
Yeah.
Have you ever driven an 18-wheeler?
Yeah, I had to for my road test.
It was like a big
CDL.
18-wheeler, or was it like those like little phony ones?
No, it was like a real 18-wheeler.
It had 18 wheels?
It did.
And you did well?
Yeah, I passed, right?
That's crazy, dude.
I want to drive one.
Yeah.
Jimmy, can you like move your screen so I can see your face? It's so hard to talk to
Yeah, but then
body. I'm looking at your chest.
Like, timestamps and stuff.
Okay, then I can see your eyes. I just want to see your one eye. See,
Just one eye.
Jordan can see you. I can't.
Oh, I want to look at Jordan. I don't want to look at you.
Ooh. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to look at me either. Well, guys, we are in the thick of summer. What is it? July 17th today. We're filming on a Wednesday.
We are dealing with extreme heat.
We're in the thickest. This is Jersey, though. This is a Jersey summer. Are you surprised? Are you shocked?
No.
If you've lived in Jersey for most of your life like we have, we're used to this. This happens, I feel, every single summer, right?
I feel like it's extra hot this year.
Yeah, this is an extremely warm spell that we've been in.
And like I've been away on tour, but I've been following the forecast, and I've been in like the tri-state area the past week, and it's just been miserable every single day.
Yeah,
very hot, very
so
humid, so sticky, where you don't even want to walk outside.
Yeah. Unless you're going to a pool or something.
But
like that's the only way.
And like I see people complaining about it, but I get mad. I'm like, you chose to live here. You know it's going to get hot in the summer. You know it's going to get freezing cold in the wintertime. No one can ever make up their minds. It's Jersey. This is beautiful, guys.
Yeah, it's nice. You experience
You're
all 4
alive.
seasons.
You gotta enjoy life a bit. If it's hot, figure it out.
Let me tell you, I learned how to enjoy life a little bit last week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was house sitting for somebody. And
You're always house sitting.
And they had a pool.
Okay.
And I came home from work every day, changes my bathing suit, and just laid in the pool for like 3 hours.
See, that's the American dream right there, right?
It was amazing.
Shout out to everyone listening who lives that
relaxing.
life, who has a pool, who can come home from work every day and go into their pool.
So relaxing.
I feel like people who own pools never use them though.
Really?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like you get it, and it's like you use it like the first year, and then it's like after that, it's like only your friends coming over to use it.
Everyone who has a pool ends up like always complaining about their pool, being like, it's so much work. It's always a mess. I don't want to clean the pool.
Yeah.
That's why you
So
got to hire a
ungrateful.
pool boy.
Yeah, and that's extra money right there too. Even people who own hot tubs, I hear it's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah, I think hot tubs are more maintenance than a pool, maybe, actually. I don't know.
They might be. I feel like you always have to be doing something.
I prefer the saltwater pool.
Ooh, was it a saltwater?
It was not. It was a chlorine pool.
Got
but
it.
I would always prefer saltwater.
Saltwater is nice.
I
Makes your
had an
hair feel
above
nice.
ground pool growing up. Was it built in or was it above ground?
It was above ground, but they had the deck like going right up to it.
That's awesome. We had the deck growing up around our pool like that.
Yeah.
It felt like an underground pool like that.
Yeah.
It made us feel more official than just a ladder going into the pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was like right off the back deck and into it.
But like every pool owner, like my dad got fed up with it one day. He was just like,
Tore it out.
there's so many issues. I'm sick of maintaining this pool. And we got rid of it when my sister and I got older and we like kind of moved out. So
Yeah.
But the goal is to get a built-in pool one day, but apparently they're so expensive.
Oh, so expensive.
How's your neighbor's pool looking?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Done yet?
It's done.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, we had an official pool opening party.
Did you go?
I did.
What?
Yeah. I think we talked about this on the podcast, but you weren't here.
No,
then.
wait, you're friends with your neighbor now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. Before I left, you weren't really friends with your neighbors.
Oh, well, then we got invited to the party.
Oh, nice.
That's
changed.
So technically, you kind of do have a pool. You can go over there whenever you want.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that, but I can ask.
just keep house sitting. Maybe you'll get more pools.
Yeah, exactly.
the way
So
to
if
do it.
anybody is going away and has a pool and wants me to live in their
Look,
house,
seriously, if you're listening to this podcast and you need a house sitter, you need someone that's trustworthy, someone that's not going to steal all your stuff. We know a guy, Jimmy Parks over here.
yeah.
He has a good rate.
You have to have a pool though.
Yeah, you have to have a pool.
You don't have to pay him anything. Just let him use your pool.
I'll take some money.
Well, guys, yes, we're in the thick of summer. Thanks again for tuning in to another edition of The Garden State. We actually all had a weekend together.
We did.
Sorta. Sunday we got together, boys.
Yeah.
All of us
Right?
were together on Sunday.
Sunday.
I was with Chomick Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I had Jimmy for the whole weekend. Babysitting was great.
It was awesome. We were in Camden, New Jersey, then went up to Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Yep.
And then back down to good old Homedale where we met up with Jordan.
See,
Yeah.
so I'm on tour right now with the band Arizona. The band, not the States, they are actually from New Jersey. So we've been touring the country the past month. And we had our 2 Jersey shows this weekend, which is awesome. Friday was Camden, like Jimmy said. Then Sunday was at PNC, which was so legendary. All of us were so stoked to be there because we all grew up driving past PNC all the time and seeing shows there. So it was a crazy moment to be there. I just want to start with Camden, though. Camden felt like a Philly show. It did not feel like a Jersey show. Do you agree, Jimmy?
What does that even mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
What do you mean?
I was in Camden. I did not feel like I was in Jersey that day.
I felt like I was very much in New Jersey.
I didn't feel like the hometown vibes.
Because of the people?
No, it's just the vibes. Maybe because I'm not used to that part of Jersey.
Yeah.
Like PNC felt so much like at home. I guess because more family and friends were there. But still, like Camden, I was just like, I don't want to be here.
Oh, I love that show.
You love that show?
I love that venue.
Okay.
I love that area.
Okay. Jimmy's always advocating for Camden. That day I heard Jimmy tell 5 people how Camden's getting better, it's getting fixed. Because everyone was like, Camden's pretty bad, right? And Jimmy's like, no.
Camden has made leaps and bounds since I first started going there.
Big Camden guy.
Camden County is great.
Favorite
Big supporter.
favorite town in Camden County?
I have a few.
Name one.
Probably Haddonfield. Haddonfield's beautiful.
Haddonfield's awesome. But yeah, so then we ended up in that PNC on Sunday. Jordan came through.
I did.
Jimmy was there. Josh Sobo was there. It was just a really, really cool time seeing everyone after being on the road for a month.
And not for nothing, like I've only seen probably 2 shows at the PNC Bank Art Center in my whole life.
Yeah.
However, I've driven past it anytime I ever went down to the beach in my whole life.
Always, yeah.
And I very vividly remember as a child, like driving past it with my parents.
Yeah.
And like always like looking at the sign, seeing who's going to be playing there.
Yeah.
And then like my mom being like, oh, that's the PNC Bank Art Center. Mm-hmm. So
It felt really cool being there. We ended up meeting a lot of Garden State listeners too, which was awesome. Jordan texted us a video mid-set of someone holding a flag.
Yeah.
Someone brought the Garden State flag there and they were holding it out.
And they're
to
trying
get,
so hard to get your attention
really?
too. Yeah.
Did they see you first or no?
No, I just saw him like pointing you guys out because
That's
both of you
so
were on stage.
funny.
And they're like, "Oh, he's right there."
We ended up meeting the family after taking a
Yeah.
picture with them. We saw a bunch of people, and like when I met up with you guys and we were talking with the listeners, it just felt like home. Like it was so good because after being on the road for a month, like you miss family, you miss friends, and it was such a good vibe at PNC. So thank you to everyone who came out. It's like I met a few people who were like, "We're here because you told us about the show, and now we love Arizona." I'm like, "No way." So that was really, really cool. If you guys don't know the band Arizona, search them up on Spotify or Instagram. It's just like their name with spaces in between the letters.
A space.
A space, R space, I.
Space.
So on. Yeah, really fun music. I'm still on tour with them. I go away again after this week for another few weeks. We end in Texas on August 3rd. That's our last show. And then I'm back August 4th. So the boys are going to be riding the ship without me the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be gone that last week of July, first week of August.
So it looks like Josh and Jordan are going to have to find a third.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
When are you gone? What
or it's
weeks?
just us two.
I leave the 29th and I come home around like the 14th.
Oh, you're only missing, that's only like 1 week then without me.
Correct.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I missed 2 shows.
And what's going on with you, Jordan?
I don't know.
You're not going to LA? I thought you said you're going to Los Angeles or something.
I don't know. I was thinking about it, but now maybe August.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't go at
No?
all. No, you should just stay here.
Okay.
In
You
the
just
Garden
convinced
State.
me. That's all it took.
Yeah, because Los Angeles stinks, dude. It's not a good place.
I know,
I was
you're
just
always
there.
talking trash about it.
I was just there.
Were you?
Oh, well, a few weeks ago at the Greek Theater. Yeah, that's where
And you
we
hated
played.
it?
You know why I hated it? Because we were off for 4 days and I was in LA. So I rented a car and I went to the mountains for 2 days. So I got out of LA, went to Mammoth Lakes, played golf. It was awesome. Then came back to LA for 2 days. I was in LA, bro. So much traffic. So it was miserable getting around.
Yeah.
And number two, it's so expensive. Thank God I rented a car because Uber's, for like a 30-minute Uber ride, it was like $100.
That's insane.
Yeah, you have to rent a car if you're in LA. You'll save so much money. And it smells, it's gross, it's just ugly. It's just not a good place.
You think it's ugly?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're an LA guy though. I know
No.
you like it.
I feel like every time I go there, my opinion
You have
changes.
siblings there though, so that's different. If my sister lived there, I think I had to have a different perception because I'm like, oh, I'm so stoked to see family.
Yeah.
That is my sister.
Well, my cousin lives there too. I got to see her, which was really cool, but like still.
And if they know good spots. 'Cause
Oh yeah, Chelsea's there.
Yeah, you're
I was like your cousin.
Yeah, I went to Chelsea's house. It was really cool. But now we're back on the East Coast and we're going down. The next few shows we got tomorrow we got Jones Beach in Long Island. Ugh, don't want to go to Long Island. But then we're in Maryland, Virginia Beach, Raleigh, Charlotte, Tampa, or Jacksonville, Tampa, then Georgia, and then Alabama, Arkansas. You guys ever been to Arkansas or
Yeah.
Kansas? Where? We're playing in Rogers, Arkansas.
Texarkana.
What's that?
It's like, I think it's right near the border of Texas and Arkansas.
But like is
I feel like when you get in that area, they just start combining the names of states, and those
what
are
is
the
it called?
names. Texarkana.
Texarkana.
Yeah.
But like, what was there? You just hung out?
Yeah, just stop there on the way to Texas.
We're going to Rogers, Arkansas, where and we're playing the Walmart Center, I think, or Walmart
I thought
Amphitheater.
you meant you're just playing at a Walmart.
But it's like their headquarters or something like that, and there's a Walmart museum.
Ooh, gotta go to that.
The boys are really hyped on that. They've been like pumping it up the whole entire tour. So like we have to go to the Walmart museum. So that would be really cool. And then we end in Texas and then I'm back home. So tour is flying. It's been a whole month on the road, and being on the road for a month, it feels like forever, but also feels like the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I miss being here on the pod with you guys, and I'm excited. I was able to do last week, and I'm here this week. So I'm trying to take in every single moment. It flies by, but that's life.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would love to go on tour. Thank you for inviting me.
You should go on a tour.
With who?
You're pretty famous.
Jordan, what are you doing for the next week? I know a tour
Hop
bus.
on the bus, bro.
I know a tour bus has an extra bunk.
Yeah, okay. So actually, before we get into the news, now that I have your attention, Jordan, you're looking right at me. Last week we ended the pod. Remember how we ended the pod? You don't. I was about to go into some detail about who was Jordan Morris, because we're like, you guys never actually talked about who Jordan Morris is, and I really wanted to just interview you for maybe 2 minutes.
Okay,
you
go
only
for
get
it.
2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we talk news.
Should I start
Okay.
the timer?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
2
Jordan,
minutes.
Jordan, tell
Hold on,
I
hold
want
on, hold
everyone.
on.
Shut up, Jimmy. Everyone on this platform doesn't realize that we are in the midst of a celebrity. Jordan Morris
Celebrity.
is famous. You are so big on TikTok, it's not even funny. He has an amazing TikTok channel where he makes funny videos. He's very well known for his 10-minute long segments.
Yes.
Where now it's 30 minutes and now
Hopefully an
60
hour.
minutes. Yeah, he got access to 60-minute videos on TikTok, which is crazy. We're jealous. But if you don't, what's your TikTok name? Jordan One Morris.
Yeah.
If you guys are ever bored and you're on TikTok, go search Jordan, the number 1 Morris, and you'll be blown away. Videos are hilarious. It's him and his dad for the most part,
Yeah.
and you just make videos.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't upload that often though. But
I wish you did.
I don't know.
Well, when you're
It kinda
making
makes it-
hour-long films, it takes a while.
It does. But also, I feel like it adds to it if you don't upload that much. That way, when you do,
Then it really hits.
It really hits.
Unless we
'cause-
post a dud and it gets like 20,000 views.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay. gotta
I
delete
helped
that.
Jordan with a video like a month ago where it was 30 minutes where he said a joke and it was just us laughing for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that was the most painful 30 minutes of my life.
It was awful.
I was like gagging at one point. I was like, I can't fake laugh anymore.
You're coughing.
Yeah, dude. So he wants to do that for 60 minutes.
Yeah,
Because-
that's gonna be like an endurance challenge.
But that's like your followers. People are always like, why isn't this video 60 minutes? Yeah, like everyone's asking
everybody's
for it.
saying that now. Where it's like, gotta make it 60 minutes.
What's your goal with TikTok? Like, what are you trying to do with it?
Honestly, I just
You have
do
like almost 1 million followers, right?
I did like 750.
750,000 followers.
Yeah.
That's
That's crazy.
insane, dude.
I don't know. I kind of just do it for fun.
So
I never really like.
You're not going to turn it into a business or,
No, I mean, when I was doing it with my brother, we took it more seriously, and we're more focused on like consistently making content. But now it's like for mine, I'm like, I just kind of do it for fun, and it just kind of happened that I also.
But I feel like you
was
did
able
it
to get a
more.
following.
It's so funny if you did it more often, you could just like blow up even more.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could.
And then you would take the route of every other person who blows up on the internet, move to LA,
I gotta get
and
a
then
manager.
forget about little Josh and Jimmy over here.
Never talk to you guys again.
And just laugh about our podcast for being so bad and a failure. I'm just kidding. But
That's the dream right there.
You guys should look up Jordan One Morris to get to know Jordan a little bit more than you used to, other than hearing him on this podcast, because he has a lot up his sleeve.
Do I? That's pretty much it.
I
He
think
just exposed everything.
Jordan's a very special one, and we're very happy to have him here. Thank you for helping us out. You're part of the Garden State team.
Yeah.
You are the Garden State, so
Just me?
no,
Oh.
it's us, me, Jimmy, Josh, Jordan.
Oh.
We even got the stakeholders. You got Danny, you got Sam, you got the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the team, though. We're a small
is.
business.
Yeah.
That
Small New Jersey
small business that we're trying to make a living here, but it's not easy until someone wants to throw all their money at us and be an angel investor or something like that.
Yes. It's still got to
Or
find that
get
person.
some brand deals. But yeah, you guys have anything else before we get into the news today? Anything you want to share? Anything special happened in your life other than PNC this weekend and seeing me?
I don't think so.
I got something.
Yeah, what's up?
So Monday night, I went to Point Pleasant
Love it.
and I parked at like 8:50
In the morning or night?
at night,
Okay.
and I paid for 2 hours of parking.
You have to pay at that time of day?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it went to like 10:50 the parking, and I stayed a little bit after 10:50, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to be writing tickets because there's nobody here,
Oh, gosh.
and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I got a ticket
What time was it written?
11:07.
Wow.
I was like, I just thought that was crazy that I'm like, they're writing tickets
Were you
this
on like
late
a
at
main
night.
road or was it like a side road?
It was like right at the entrance to the boardwalk. So it was like where that big lot is. There's literally nobody
Brother,
there though.
Why didn't you just pay for like 2.5 hours?
I don't know. I don't even know if you can there. I think 2
It was
hours
max
is the
2
max.
hours.
Which
And you got a ticket.
I got a ticket. That's my first ticket
Was it-
ever.
Ever?
Ever.
You've
I've never
never
got a
got-
parking ticket. I never got any kind of ticket ever.
Wow.
And I was like,
That's
you gotta
crazy.
be kidding me.
Good for you, first off, for never getting a ticket. Like,
Yeah.
I've gotten so many tickets, dude.
Have you really?
Well, like, yeah, speeding tickets, parking tickets, and stuff like that. But like, that's
Don't
wild.
you think that's crazy?
How much is it? $30?
$55
$55.
for being 20 minutes over.
You could have paid 10 cents more for an extra half an hour. And
Oh, the parking there is expensive. It's $5 for 2 hours.
ugh, dude, it's so bad. I
I'm
can't
like-
believe they're still checking parking at
That's
11
what I mean.
p.m. Are they that thirsty for
That's what
that
I mean. I'm like,
extra money?
I was just like, there's no way they're checking this late. And I'm like, oh, I guess they do.
You should frame that ticket. It's your first ticket ever. It's a pretty big milestone. Like, you went this many years without a ticket.
Yeah.
Now it's downhill, dude.
I just crumpled it up and
Threw it out. You threw it out already?
no,
Oh. Did you pay it?
I didn't pay it.
It was njmcdirect.com.
What?
You guys never paid a parking ticket online?
No.
No.
Oh, I get parking tickets all the time in my parking lot.
Apparently. I was going to say, he's got the,
Mine are
the
$30
website
though,
memorized.
but yeah, and I think I have to go to njmcdirect.com. You enter your parking ticket. That's the website you're probably gonna have to do it on. It's so easy. It takes 5 seconds.
Did you ever find out if you got a parking ticket a few weeks ago? Remember we were driving and we thought something came flying off your windshield?
Yeah, we were driving before I left on tour, and I thought I saw a paper fly off my windshield where they put the ticket, and I was like, Jimmy, was that a ticket? And he was just like, I don't know. Well, I got home from tour the last week, and there was a notice on my bed that they put my roommates put my mail on my bed. And it
I
was
thought
from
the police just
it
came
was
in.
I was
and
gonna say,
no, it was a
broke in.
notice. It's a notice from the police department saying like I didn't pay a ticket, and I'm gonna get fined if I don't pay it. And it was that probably.
So you're going to get a ticket for not paying your ticket?
Yeah, so they
That's a
upped the
double ticket.
price. It was like $40 instead of $30. And it was like the price is gonna go up to $60 in this many days if
Are
you
you
don't
gonna
pay
pay
this.
it?
And if you don't pay it, then you're gonna get arrested. So I paid it. I'm clean. My record's clean. I'm clean. Life is good.
It's beautiful.
And we're here on the Garden State talking the news. So I'm very excited to get into the stories this week. We have some really, really important things happening in the Garden State. Some crazy news, some shockers, some not so shockers. But boys, I say we get into the news today. What do you think?
Let's do it.
You guys down?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to be reading the stories this week, so bear with me. Freaking Josh Sobo, so good at this. So this is the hardest part of the podcast. A New York City man treaded water for hours after being swept miles by the current from Queens to New Jersey.
Imagine how scary that would be. For hours being stranded.
Treading waters in the ocean.
Yeah.
For hours, and he survived.
So going to another state, he traveled.
I would drown in 5 minutes. I'd be gone.
Did he get caught in a rip current? Like,
it had to have been.
Right? Like he was swimming and didn't know what was going on.
Swimming in Queens and it just sucked him out.
That's crazy.
And most people will die in that situation.
Yeah.
But not him.
I've gotten stuck in a rip current before.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
No, rip currents are terrifying.
Yeah.
They really pull you. And so I guess this one was crazy strong and there was no one else around. So he just got taken out.
Yeah.
And luckily, I'll get into the story, but he had an angel watching over him because the man is alive and well today. And now he has a story to tell. A New York City man who went swimming in the water in Queens Monday ended up 2 miles from the shoreline of New Jersey's Sandy Hook, where he was rescued by fishermen after treading water for hours, authorities say. Police in Middletown Township say they got a call about a man pulled from the water around 9 a.m. A commercial fisherman and his son spotted Peter Ordain, who's 34, treading water and brought him aboard. The fisherman transported Ordain back to the Monmouth Cove Marina in Port Monmouth, which is about 50 miles by car from where he said he went into the water. Ordain said he went in most likely near Breezy Point and got pulled out from the tide. He said he was treading water for hours before the fisherman found him. Ordain was evaluated at the scene and found to be in good condition. He got some dry clothes and food before making transportation arrangements. Middletown police say the fisherman and his son saved Ordain's life. They live in Port Monmouth. And then rip currents can be especially dangerous this time of year and all throughout the year. But think about it. This guy was treading water for hours.
Do you think you could do that?
They pull him from the water, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. And just calls an Uber. He's like, I'm going home. What?
Can we talk about how he got pulled out of the water at 9 a.m., which means he started swimming at like 7 a.m.?
I don't blame him.
Yeah, if he was going for hours.
You got to think about people who are training.
Early.
People are like,
I guess, yeah.
People run in the morning, people bike in the morning, people swim in the morning, especially in this heat. Some people want to swim before the heat gets crazy.
I know, but
and the water's probably warm right now. Have you guys been to the
what a way
beach?
to start your day.
Is the water warm right now?
No, it's freezing.
No, yeah, it's like
it's
ice
so
cold.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe he was just getting a little ice plunge in the morning, a little morning swim. But think about that. Most people, like, it's also a mental battle. You get pulled out that far, you're like, all right, I'm most likely going to drown.
I was just testing myself recently to see how long I can tread water. After like 10 minutes, I'm like,
it's hard.
I'm starting to feel it where I'm like, oh,
I don't know how this guy, and also,
do you think he like floated a little bit too?
I was about to say with the current, well, you can't tread water for 2 hours and, survive. Like you have to be able to like float a bit, let it take you and stay calm mentally. Because if you fail mentally, you're going to drown. Yeah. So you just have to have you have to stay strong mentally. And he probably was floating for as much as he could. And luckily, imagine like it's 2 hours. You're like, wow, I'm actually still alive. This is it. I'm about to die. And you see like a fisherman or a boat coming from the distance. What?
The relief you must feel. Or it's like, oh,
I made it. I made it. Like that's the craziest story. So thank God this guy's alive. 34, he's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder to everyone who's swimming out in the ocean, you have to be safe. You shouldn't be swimming alone. If there's no lifeguards, at least have someone with you and check for rip currents. You could see them before even getting into the water. You just have to you could actually see where the water is going out and where the water is coming in. So don't go near a rip current. Or if there's a threat of rip currents, just don't go into the water alone. It's not worth it.
And do you know how to get out of one?
You got to swim sideways.
Yeah. Because so many people just try and swim against it. That's like I've been caught in rip currents before, not anything too strong, but like the first thing that your body wants to do is, I guess, swim back toward the shore because you're like, that's safety right there. So mentally you're like, but then like you don't think logically, like you don't think like, oh, let me go sideways
because your body's in rescue mode immediately.
Yeah.
So you start panicking, and that's when it gets bad.
And then you wear yourself out.
Yeah, you try swimming to the shore, you wear yourself out, and that's why most people drown, because by the time they're sucked out, they have no energy left because they've been fighting.
Yeah.
And, I've done that many times before, and now it's like you always have to remind yourself, like, swim sideways out of a rip current. You've seen the image so many times. They have it like every beach.
They do.
Don't be swimming in unguarded waters, guys. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I mean, like, if you're going to do it, at least have some friends there with you. And don't be stupid.
Just attach like a fishing line to yourself.
A little tube. Or one of those rescue tubes with the rope attached to it.
That too.
Or wear a life vest.
Jordan, you can go swimming. Just wear this tube that I'm going to be holding on to you with.
Can we do that?
That'd be cool.
We'll go to the beach.
Yeah, can you buy one of those? It's like the rescue. You know the rescue tubes? And then the rope's attached to it?
We'll just have you on shore the whole time holding me.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'll let you swim out 5 feet or something until it's too deep.
5 feet?
Yeah, 5 feet.
Be sitting right next to the shore. And
well, yeah, a high tide, like it drops right away.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you to go too far.
Yeah, have me on a leash.
If it's low tide, you can go a little further, maybe like 10 feet or something. I'll let you go, but... Well, we are going to go surfing soon, so maybe we could bring the tube when we go surfing. I got to hit up Ben Gravy. When Ben Gravy was here, he said that we can come out and meet him this summer to learn how to surf. So when I get back from tour, sometime in August, I'm going to hit up Gravy, and we can all go down the shore, and he's going to teach us how to surf, and I will bring the tube for Jordan.
Yeah.
And Ben's going to be like, what are you guys doing? Don't worry about it. Jordan can't swim, but he wants to learn how to surf.
That'd be so funny.
Bring some floaties. It'll be a great time.
It will be. I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, this is a miracle story.
Yes.
Out of New Jersey and New York. Shout out to Peter Ordain. You are a legend, sir. Best wishes to you. Hopefully this was a learning lesson and it won't happen again.
Imagine it happens again.
During this podcast for 3 years, we've seen crazier things. Like,
really? Then
we'll
do the same story in 2 weeks of the same guy.
Peter Ordain.
Yet again.
Goes from New York to New Jersey. He took it as a challenge. He's like, can I go 4 hours? It's terrible. But yeah, that's an amazing story. That's freaking awesome. I would have died 5 minutes in. So, Peter, if you're listening to this, call us here at the Garden State. We would love to talk to you about the rescue, because that's just an amazing story. I would love to hear what was going on in his head for those 2 hours, because that's a long time treading water.
That is.
Peter, if you want to call us, do you guys even know our number off the top of your head?
908-67-99-99-3.
What was that? No, you have to repeat it twice.
908-67-99-99.
That's the number. Call in Peter Ordain. We would love to hear from you.
Why don't you press the button on the
this
board?
one.
908-67-99-99-3.
Chomik goes away for a few weeks and he just forgets everything.
All right, Jimmy, you're in timeout. You can't talk for 2 minutes.
It's not my fault.
What?
It's not my fault that you forget.
What? I can't hear you. Great story. We love you, Peter. Best wishes to you. Let's keep on moving here on the Garden State train with another news story. A shocker to not many here on the Garden State, but we're talking about it again. We said we weren't going to talk about this that much, but we have to, because it's breaking news. You guys ready?
Yes.
A federal jury found New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez guilty in the Gold Bar bribery scandal. He's guilty.
I am shocked.
Are you?
I am.
Yeah, everyone was like, he wasn't going to get,
Yeah, I feel like he's gotten away with so much for so long. I'm like,
I know. I was like, politicians, they're not going to.
16 counts, bro.
Crazy.
Guilty on all 16. Menendez, bro. And he could still go for re-election.
I was going to say, he could still run again.
He probably will. He could still run again. He's allowed to.
And you know what's crazy is he's probably going to get re-elected too.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
And people have been voting for him all these years. And it's common knowledge that he's been doing this stuff, I feel like.
No, Andy Kim is going to take it.
According to Menendez, he was doing it, to help the state. He was doing his job, he said. Well, he's getting sentenced on the 29th, so he has, we'll see what happens until then. But U.S. Senator Bob Menendez has been convicted of accepting bribes of cash, gold bars, and a luxury car from 3 New Jersey businessmen. Crazy. Over a 9-week trial. It feels like it's been forever. We keep talking about this. Over a 9-week trial. Prosecutors say the New Jersey Democrat abused the power of his office to protect allies from criminal investigations and enrich associates, including his wife, through acts that included meeting with Egyptian intelligence officials and helping the country access millions of dollars in U.S. military aid. As the verdict was read in court, Menendez, 70, looked toward the jury at times as he appeared to mark a document in front of him. Afterward, he sat resting his chin against his closed hands, elbows on the table. Menendez did not testify, but insisted publicly he was only doing his job as a chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He said gold bars found in his New Jersey home by the FBI belonged to his wife. Blame his wife for the gold bars. That's awesome. The conviction comes 4 months before Election Day and potentially dooms any hope Menendez had of campaigning for re-election as an independent candidate. But I think he's still going to go for re-election. Menendez faces the possibility of a lengthy prison term when he is sentenced on October 29th. Of the 16 counts on which he was convicted, the most serious carry a potential prison sentence of 20 years. You guys think he's going to be going to jail?
Maybe, but not. I don't
think he's going to get the maximum sentence,
but like a few years or something like that.
Yeah, I think he'd probably get a few years. Big fine.
His co-defendants, the 2 New Jersey businessmen, were convicted of the charges they faced as well. All 3 had pleaded not guilty. Another businessman pleaded guilty before trial and testified against Menendez and the other defendants. Menendez's wife, Nadine, also was charged, although her trial has been postponed while she recovers from breast cancer surgery. Lawyers for Menendez insisted the senator never accepted bribes and that actions he took to benefit the businessmen were the kinds of tasks expected of a public official. So, they said this is what he got voted in for. This is what he was called to do. They said he was simply carrying out foreign responsibilities expected in his role as Senate Foreign Relations Chairman, a post he was forced to relinquish after charges were brought. Menendez announced several weeks ago that he plans to run for re-election this year as an independent. So
I didn't realize he was going to run as an independent. So he definitely won't win.
No, so I think Menendez is done here, bro. Serve a few years in jail, come home to some gold bars, maybe stashed away that no one found yet, and then
I kind of believe him though. I think he was just carrying out foreign responsibilities that he was expected to.
Just trying to take a little shortcut.
Yeah,
he was doing the right thing, maybe, but you just can't get caught doing that kind of stuff.
Well, if you're doing the right thing, there's nothing to get caught for.
You can't take luxury car bribes and take good gold bars.
Well, yeah, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say he
was doing the right thing, but you just can't take bribes like that.
He didn't realize it was wrong.
Oh, he had no idea.
He had no idea.
You know what? He's so innocent.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Jimmy, you give him the benefit of the doubt?
No.
But I won't let go of his proposal that he did.
What? Oh, when he was singing to Nadine.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That's so bad.
I won't let that go.
Don't
it's
you
so bad.
me?
I'll let him go on these, but he should be in jail for that.
I thought it was beautiful.
That was one of the worst proposals I've ever seen.
And Jordan's seen a lot of proposals.
I've seen a lot of proposals.
That's true.
That's kind of what I do. I just look up proposals all day.
Dude, I can't even find it on YouTube. We posted that video.
They probably
there it is.
Scrubbed it.
Oh, someone's reacting to it. Yeah, that was a painful watch.
It was so.
Search Bob Menendez proposal. You guys are gonna have nightmares. But yeah, Menendez is officially guilty, 16 counts. We all saw it coming, and even if he does try to run again, I don't think he's gonna be elected. So
yeah, now we just gotta wait for the sentencing, see what happens.
Who was wasn't his son or something elected?
His son is he is an elected official.
What is he? What's his role?
I think he's a congressman or something. Rob Menendez. He's a U.S. senator.
He was just voted in, right?
I don't know. I think he's been around for a while.
No, but he was just reelected. I remember seeing something during the primaries.
Serving as a U.S. representative for New Jersey's 8th congressional district since 2023.
Okay. Oh yeah, so fairly new. 2023, last year.
Yeah. And he was the commissioner of the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey from 2021 to 2023. He is 39 years old. He was born in 1985.
Thank you for the bio, Jim. Great news.
His grandfather's name is Mario.
No way.
Mario Menendez?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's a great name.
Don't you know? Wait, Jordan.
What?
Didn't you tell me something about Mario Menendez, or that was someone else?
I didn't tell you anything.
I don't know. I thought you said something about Mario last week.
No.
Anyway, let's move on. I'm so done with Bob Menendez. Josh said it a while back. We're so over the Menendez story. It's so old and it's stupid. So Menendez is done. He's going to jail in October. We'll see what happens. We'll report on it in October when he gets 20 years. When he gets his 20 years due to him, and Nadine's gonna get something too. So we'll see what happens with that. So let's keep on moving here on the Garden State. I think we're doing pretty good, right, boys?
Yeah.
Jimmy look concerned.
Yeah,
he looks
it's
worried.
not Sobo, but we'll have to keep trucking through.
You want to do a story?
No, I absolutely don't want to do a story.
Do you want to do a story?
I don't know.
I don't want to pull my laptop.
I don't know if I
over.
have a good story voice.
Yeah, just do this story. Can you read? Like good? Like public speaking?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, thank
Then
God.
read a story.
Pass the laptop. You're doing the
No,
story.
actually, wait, I can read it from here. That's how good I am.
No, bring this next to you. Try to watch the cable.
Okay.
Jordan is
Actually, I don't know how good I am.
This is going to be Jordan's first story on the Garden State. Like you're running the show.
All right.
So don't.
Oh, you give me
stutter.
the hardest one. How do I say this guy's name?
Yeah, exactly.
Literally the first word here. Like, I don't know how to say
his
that.
first name.
Andrew T.
I would say Andrew T because you can't say his last name is Nuts, and it says it a lot in the article. So let's see how you do.
All right.
Everyone, this is Jordan's first story.
Are we ready?
This is a good one.
I'm ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Let's do it.
All right. 18-year-old New Jersey man has been accused in a plot to sabotage PSE&G substations.
Whoa, sabotage.
This is actually a fear of mine because I saw a video saying like there's certain substations around the country where if you targeted just a handful of them, you could pretty much wipe out like all of the electricity in the entire country like for a very long period of time.
Scary stuff, dude. And
It is very scary.
This guy was pretty successful, and he made it pretty far until he got caught.
So it says, authorities said Andrew of East Brunswick began communicating with an undercover law enforcement employee on a social messaging platform in January. Andrew allegedly had previously requested advice about weapons and disseminated manuals on how to construct homemade weapons on the messaging platform. Investigators said the suspect also encouraged violence against various ethnic and religious communities. So he doesn't sound like a very good guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good of a guy.
Sounds pretty evil, if you ask me.
Do you ever wonder if you're talking to an undercover law enforcement officer?
You know, we've probably all ended up talking to an undercover law enforcement.
Or what are you doing
officer.
that you would...
Well, no, we're not doing anything bad, but like, well, not that they know of yet, but I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm innocent. So
I think it would be so cool to be undercover.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be stressful. I'd be scared
I think
to
it would
get
be
caught.
stressful too, but yeah.
You never know, bro. We might have some undercovers listening here.
Probably. Definitely.
You definitely have at least one.
Definitely. I know one.
Keeping tabs. Do you?
Whoa.
I do. I know one, and I know they listen to the Garden State.
Do you know, but so you know an undercover.
I know a detective that goes undercover.
What if they're investigating you this whole time, trying to be your friend?
Probably.
And they're actually just investigating you.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's crazy.
So let's get to more details. According to investigators, Andrew communicated with the undercover employee over the course of several months discussing infrastructure sabotage. Authorities said he took the undercover employee to 2 electrical substations in North Brunswick and New Brunswick on 2 separate occasions in June and July, discussed how to conduct an attack on an electrical substation, and asked the undercover employee to take photos of the substations so that he could send them to a Russian friend for additional advice.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
So is he working with like a bunch of people? This seems crazy.
It's not a whole operation.
Federal prosecutors said he was arrested Wednesday at Newark Liberty International Airport as he was allegedly on his way to Ukraine to join the Russian Volunteer Corps. We allege Andrew, who is only 18 years old, planned to travel overseas so he could learn lessons from Russians fighting in Ukraine on how to destroy power grids and other critical infrastructure.
Crazy.
His alleged conversations and planned actions are chilling and were inspired by racially motivated violent extremism, FBI Newark Special Agent in charge James E. Dennehy said in a statement. And it says he's been charged with soliciting another individual to engage in criminal conduct. And he appeared in court on Friday and was detained. If found guilty, he faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison and a $125,000 fine, which actually seems kind of light. I feel like
light
this
work.
Seems like a pretty serious...
Listen, I think the moral of the story is if you're going to do something very highly illegal, don't put it on a messaging site.
Was it an undercover employee or was it undercover police officer? Oh, no, it says undercover law enforcement employee.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like he worked for PSE&G?
I think he's an officer.
But does he work directly for PSE&G to do stuff like this?
I guess, or like that's what he was playing to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
An undercover.
That's what it sounds like.
I would imagine that he's part of like the FBI or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
But imagine being that undercover person, just working with this guy. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah, being that undercover person and like going to these places with him and just like pretending like, yes, it's a great idea.
Yeah, dude.
Just like, wow,
we think so similarly.
I mean, what's so scary about a story like this is you think like how often is this happening and without an undercover agent?
Oh yeah.
Like how many people are actually planning on attacking the power grid?
Yeah.
Because that would be a crazy terrorist operation right there. And, you know, I think they're always trying to, you know, target those types of things, but
but I think scary. We also probably have so many people looking out for this type of stuff all the time. So,
I mean, it's still scary to think about. Like,
yeah, thank God they got this.
One dude like that can potentially take out like
18 years old, bro. That's nuts. From New Jersey, East Brunswick. They said he's from. Is that what they said at the top?
Let me see where it says. Yeah, East Brunswick.
Dude, you got 18-year-olds running around East Brunswick in communication with the Russian forces, bro, trying to take over the power grid. What the heck?
Yeah, wild.
He's a child. He's a baby. 5 years ago, he was only 13.
I wonder if he was planning it back then, too.
I know, bro. You never know.
This is something that just happened out of the blue.
It's scary stuff, but thank God they caught him, bro. Yes. Hopefully he gets charged and... they could teach him a lesson because, you know, I don't want that. I don't want any of that stuff happening over here. I don't want people messing up the power grid. I don't want people messing up with... I pay my PSE&G bill every single month and for good power and electricity, and I don't want anyone to mess that up, okay?
Really? I'm shocked. You don't want somebody to take out the electricity?
Absolutely not.
Really? I feel like it would be kind of fun.
What, you think no power for, a few days would be fun?
Yeah, it's kind of like when a storm hits and it's like you don't have power for a couple days.
Oh, yeah, let's light a fire in the backyard and, you know, and you have live off that for a day.
You have to light candles.
Yeah, you won't have any power to power your cell phone, Jordan, your MacBook.
I don't use any of those. I've never
You're on TikTok 24/7.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I would say you are for the most.
I'll have enough battery. It'll make me...
Well, that's why you charge your phone constantly. You need PSE&G to do that. So be grateful.
I am very grateful for them.
Listen, PSE&G, love them. I actually, my electric bill has not been that crazy, so
yeah,
I'm happy
about that. That's because you haven't been home.
No, before that.
Oh.
My AC units was taking up most of the power, but everything else is pretty good, so.
Look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, good job with the story, Jordan. You did great. Pass the laptop this way. I'm never letting you read a story again.
Really? It was that bad?
I'm just kidding. You did great. Jimmy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did Jordan do?
11.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, give it back.
Dude. Stop kissing Jordan's butt, dude. It wasn't.
It was solid.
It wasn't Josh Sobo. That's
it was my first time. He's done it hundreds of times.
It wasn't Josh Chomick either. It was better than Josh Chomick. He did great.
I don't know about that.
Is there a way to figure out how many stories we've done?
Ever?
Yeah.
Okay, do quick math. 125 episodes, and average. You could do the low average 5 stories at least.
Wow, 625 stories.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stories. Dude, it's crazy to think about. I sometimes scroll through my library of every post we've ever edited, every story. It's so wild seeing different. Like I'll do it by alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Pick a random letter and be like, what story did we do on letter S 3 years ago? And it's just like, what? It's really cool. So thank you guys thank you to everyone who's been listening to the podcast. This is it's been a fun journey, and we're excited to see where it goes from here. All right, let's continue on with the news.
New Jersey Transit is the absolute worst.
So the next story is actually not New Jersey Transit. That's our last story.
I
meant to hit that one. But this story is actually tragic. It's absolutely awful. And I feel like we hear about this once a year, unfortunately. And it happens all the time.
Someone told me about this yesterday, actually. I was like, oh.
These stories really grind my gears, and it's so disgusting. So and we have to do it though. An 8-week-old baby in New Jersey died after being left in a 100-degree parked car for hours.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, at 10 minutes, 10 minutes in, you can suffocate and die right there, because this actually happened on a day when it was like high 90s, heat index 107. The car is just.
Yeah, I mean, it gets.
I have a question.
So hot, so fast.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not a parent, but if I was, and especially if I was for only 8 weeks, I think the baby would be on my mind constantly.
Especially, you have your kid for 2 months, your baby is your everything,
I think about it like, this is probably a dumb comparison, right? You ever I always have my keys clipped to my pocket, and I always reach down to just grab at them, and then all of a sudden you reach and they're not there. One time you're like, what the heck, where is it?
Yeah.
But
that'd be with you with your baby.
Yeah, I feel like if all of a sudden
multiply by 100,
2 seconds, a minute after seeing my kid, be like, oh my God, where's my kid?
What is on your mind, or what are you doing that you would leave your kid in a parked car for 2 hours? What's going on?
Yeah.
That's so fishy and it's disgusting, dude.
Well,
horrible.
I don't think it's ever something that you just forget. It's
Yeah.
just
These
neglect,
people,
where it's you're oh,
this
they'll be
guy
fine.
This guy deserves lots of jail time. You can't be that's just so miserable, and it's awful. And you feel for the guy, but at the same time, it's bro, you got to step it up. You're a dad. You can't leave your kid in the car for 2 hours in 100-degree heat. So this is in Lakewood, New Jersey. An infant died Monday afternoon after being left inside a vehicle on one of the hottest days of the year, according to the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office. Prosecutor Bradley Billeheimer said Lakewood police were notified about a child in cardiac arrest outside the Kolel Cheshek Shlomo. How wrong did I say that, boys?
You said Shlomo, right? I don't know about the other stuff.
Forgive me if I said that wrong. On New Egypt Road around 1:45 p.m. First responders were unsuccessful. What is that? What is that place? First,
I think it's a temple.
Yeah, is that a
say,
temple? Okay,
so
that's
temple.
where he was. He went to the temple. Wow.
Synagogue.
It's a synagogue. Okay. I'm going to reread that really quickly and let people know, but I'm going to keep that in the podcast. You don't have to mark this.
I'm marking it.
So Lakewood police were notified about a child in cardiac arrest outside a synagogue on New Egypt Road around 1:45 p.m. So this dude goes to the synagogue for 2 hours, leaves the kid in the car. What's wrong with you? That's crazy. First responders were unsuccessful in their attempts to revive the 8-week-old girl and pronounced her dead at the scene. The infant was alone in the vehicle for an extended period of time, which killed her. The Lakewood Scoop, which was the first to report the incident, said the girl had been left in the car for over 2 hours. So that's what the Scoop is saying. It's been over 2 hours. The infant's father, Abraham, 28 of Jackson, was taken into custody. He's being held at Ocean County Jail on charge of second-degree child endangerment. Billeheimer said additional charges may be forthcoming. Does he get charged with murder with that, or you don't get a murder charge for leaving a kid?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter. I don't know how that stuff works, but it should, because that's just wrong.
I think it depends on your intent.
Well, obviously he didn't intend to kill the kid, but you can't
never
leave
know.
The first, even if he left for 10 minutes, he should be concerned. Be like, yo, it's hot. Dude, you sit in a car, turn off the air conditioning for 1 minute.
Yeah, and then you're already sweating.
It's so pathetic. An excessive heat warning was in effect for most of New Jersey Monday. Temperatures at the nearest weather station in Howell were 98 degrees at 2 p.m. with a heat index of 107 under sunny skies. According to New Jersey 1015 Chief Meteorologist Dan Zero. Zero said on a day like Monday with a heat index near 100, being left inside a car longer than 10 minutes can be fatal.
Yeah.
It's awful. The temperature inside a vehicle can rise significantly even with cooler temperatures outside, with the majority of the temperature rise occurring within the first 15 to 30 minutes. So this dude, Abraham, has a lot of answering to do, because leaving a kid in a car for 2 hours is pathetic. And it's so wrong. Even on a normal weather day, even if it was 60 degrees outside, don't leave your kid alone.
Especially
8 weeks.
8-week-old baby.
For
you can't.
2 hours.
Horrible.
You can't leave anyone alone.
It's a disgusting story, and I'm sick and tired of hearing these stories because it's unacceptable. You got to be better. You're a parent. You have a kid. Nothing else matters, but now that kid is everything in your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this dude's deal was, but he's going to get charged now, and he should. And he should be in jail, because It's a baby. Like the baby's innocent. 8-week-old can't do anything for itself.
No.
That baby's just sitting there and it dies because it's too hot. It's absolutely awful, and I hate stories like this. We can move on to our last story of the day. And
why did you take that sip when you're like in the middle of your sentence?
What?
You drank your drink while you're in the middle of that sentence. You're like, so
I was out of breath. It wasn't that loud.
Please do it again.
It's not that loud. I'm sorry. I'm the only one who drinks coffee in this room. You guys are losers. You drink your Athletic Greens and healthy protein.
No, we're
shakes.
better than you.
Gross. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Jimmy Parks. We're going to move on to our last story of the day, and it has to do with New Jersey Transit. I wasn't going to add this story, but I feel like every day this past few weeks, I've been hearing a story about New Jersey Transit, and people are really, really fed up.
It's all good things, right?
Actually, the opposite, Jordan. Bad things, because New Jersey Transit, there's been so many delays. The heat has caused track issues, wire overhead issues. Is it Amtrak's fault? Is it New Jersey Transit's fault? What is going on here? And I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. You know what that is, Jordan?
This is bad.
That
New Jersey Transit is the absolute worst.
And, I'll even include a clip of Frank, because Frank even had a lot to say about New Jersey Transit this week. He was stuck on a train with no AC, and there were so many delays and overcrowded trains. And people are saying, listen, there's going to be fare hikes. The price is going up August 1st. Why are we paying more if every single day there's a delay and the train doesn't work? So actually, lawmakers are demanding hearings now because they don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. And according to Murphy, apparently it's fixed, but even Murphy had something to say. So we'll get into the article. We'll talk about it. And then Jimmy can go on his rant about his issues with New Jersey Transit, because I know he has a bunch. So New Jersey lawmakers are demanding a hearing on the ongoing problems with New Jersey Transit. Governor Murphy has given a statement, but does he even care?
What do you think? Does he care?
I don't know. Like Murphy, I don't know what Murphy's doing, man. It's really frustrating because months ago, Murphy said New Jersey Transit was fixed, but now he actually sees that there's a problem. So.
I think he jinxed it.
Oh yeah, he did. He was
Definitely.
like,
It's gotten 100% significantly worse.
Immediately, everything starts falling apart. That's what happens. So the article says, saying commuters have had enough, a group of lawmakers are calling for legislative hearings into the problems that have derailed commuter schedules for months. The latest frustration for commuters was a problem at the Raritan River Bridge that canceled service on the New Jersey coastline. Overhead wire issues on the Northeast Corridor line has also caused massive delays and cancellations on the busiest rail corridor in the nation.
Wow.
Major problems on multiple rail lines are happening just as commuters will be asked to absorb a 15% fare hike beginning August 1st. Let's go! The continuous failures of New Jersey Transit are unacceptable, says State Senator Declan O'Scanlan. The recent fare hike only adds insult to injury for residents who depend on reliable transportation, which is very true. A lot of people are really mad about this. O'Scanlan and his assembly colleagues in the 13th Legislative District are demanding hearings where riders can get some answers. We must hold a special legislative hearing to get the answers our commuters deserve and to implement solutions that would provide safe, reliable, and affordable transportation, said Assemblywoman Victoria Flynn, which is true. Like, everyone wants an answer and everyone wants a solution. People are paying all this money. Let's fix it. So what's being done now? Following a series of massive delays and multiple cancellations on the Northeast Corridor, earlier this month, Governor Phil Murphy held a meeting with New Jersey Transit and Amtrak officials. So Murphy's in the mix. Murphy knows what's going on, and he's holding a meeting with all these officials. Murphy said after the meeting, this must be fixed. There is no choice. So months ago, Murphy said, New Jersey Transit's fixed. Now he's like, this must be fixed. There is no choice. However, while Murphy said there was a commitment to absolutely work transparently together and promised immediate actions, there was no quick fixes. The plan outlined by Murphy, Amtrak, and New Jersey Transit amounted to little more than more inspections and reviews of the existing system. Any actual fix is costly and time-consuming, taking perhaps years to come to fruition. Each incident triggers a new round of blame storming from New Jersey Transit and Amtrak officials. So, yes, everyone's blaming each other. New Jersey Transit is blaming Amtrak. Amtrak is saying they're not doing anything wrong. So it's just he said, she said type thing. Everyone's pointing fingers at each other, and nothing's being done.
Well, the only thing that's being
Nothing's
done
being fixed.
is that they're asking for more money.
Yes, they want
And
more.
they won't do
Well, they're
anything.
like, we need more money so we can fix these problems. But
then the problems don't get fixed, and,
and
they
they
ask
get
for more
worse
money.
and worse. The windows get foggier. The AC stops running as often, and the rails, the bridges all start. I know they're rebuilding the Gateway Bridge, but like even some of these older bridges, some of them are just getting stuck when it gets too hot. There's just so many problems, and I just want the people here listening to know, like, people are asking questions. These lawmakers are bringing these questions up, and people are saying, Murphy, what's going on? Like, you said this was fixed and it's not. So can we actually do something about it rather than just talking about it and complaining every single week? Because, we've made videos about it before. People are putting videos on social media complaining, but is anything being done? And that's what the answer. We want something to be done. And
but I don't think it could ever be fixed.
Well,
honestly.
like they said, like none of this is a quick fix. It's going to take years and years and years. But
And then
can we actually start now?
But by the time they finish that stuff, other problems are going to come up.
I remember-
It's just going to be a never-ending cycle.
I was commuting a lot in 2019, and I was just like thinking the other day, I was like, what if they started fixing in 2019? And like 2025, maybe things get better. But like so far, nothing is being changed.
Yeah, I mean,
Every time I'm on a train, the window is so foggy, bro. I can't see out my window.
But I feel like that's like the least of the
I was about to say,
concerns.
that's the least of it, yeah.
Because I went to, I think I talked about this on the podcast, but I went to New York like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is my first time using NJ Transit in like a very long time. And
Okay.
it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
What happened to you?
I got to New York and then we were there for a little bit. And then on the way back, they just like all New Jersey Transit trains were just shut down.
What was the reason?
Because I think they said that there were some wiring issues
It's
or whatever.
always an overhead wire issue.
So it was like you were just on your own, where it's like you had to take the bus or like the path or something, and it was just like chaos with the amount of people trying to get out of the city.
Yeah.
Because it was right around rush hours, right around like 5 o'clock, and everybody's like trying to squeeze onto these trains because it's like
It's pathetic.
like it was so funny looking at the board, which like every single train just said canceled.
The New Jersey Transit Board needs to take a trip to Japan, to Tokyo, and take a look at their train system and their transit system and how good it is.
Yeah.
And try to somehow mimic that. Because when I went to Tokyo, it was absolutely awesome. It was awesome. So Amtrak Chairman Anthony Kosha did admit they discovered an issue in the interference between Amtrak's infrastructure and New Jersey Transit trains. While he did not get into specifics, Kosha noted while New Jersey Transit trains have repeated wire issues, Amtrak trains do not. So that's interesting because the Amtrak trains are chilling while the New Jersey Transit trains are, having wire issues. So whose fault is it? We don't know. We demand
They just
answers.
blame each other.
Yes, everyone's blaming each other. We demand answers on when this will be fixed and how New Jersey Transit plans to prevent such incidents in the future. O'Scanlan said. So I feel like it's going to be like this for many, many years. Everyone's going to be blaming each other. Lawmakers are going to be demanding questions. Murphy is going to keep trying to make the people happy by saying, we're working on it. We're fixing it. Just give us more money. And
I was
we
going
will
to say,
try
more
harder.
importantly, they're going to be
more
asking for
importantly,
more money.
Raise the fares. And it's kind of crazy to see people getting fed up. You see so many videos on social media, people losing their minds, people freaking out. And that's Jersey for you, man. It's just not good.
But like the issue is there's no competition. So it's like no one else could come in and start their own.
Well, that's why New Jersey Transit is like, oh, okay, people are mad. Cool. Like, no one's
what are you gonna
leaving.
do?
People
Yeah.
need to get to
You
work.
have to
What are
get-
they going
yeah.
to do? Like, drive? No.
Yeah, what are you just not going to...
And that's
go
why
to
it's so
work?
it's so frustrating because it seems like New Jersey Transit is in such a comfortable spot where they're like, we're getting all this money from all our commuters. What are people going to do? Just like abandon? No. New Jersey Transit is not going anywhere. And that's the
why
problem.
they'll never get better.
And that's what sucks about the whole entire situation. Hey, I stopped working in the city because I loved my job in New York City. I had an amazing job, but I couldn't stand New Jersey Transit. I hated commuting every day because it was a mess.
Yeah, I would hate
And
it
I
too.
stopped working in the city just because the commute sucked and I wasn't moving to Manhattan. So I'm happy I'm off it. I'm happy I don't touch New Jersey Transit ever, but I really do feel for all my family, friends, and all of you guys listening who use New Jersey Transit because it's absolute nightmare out there.
It's always... I used to take it to school and it was always like they had the worst timing where it's like if you were running a little late, they would always show up on time.
Yep.
And then if you show up on time, they're always late.
It's
like
it's amazing how it works like that, right?
It's like literally the one time where it's like, you're like, please be like a little delayed today so I don't miss it. And
Yeah, it's
they
absolutely
show up
pathetic.
exactly on time.
It's never an easy time. There's always something going on with New Jersey Transit, and I want to see it fixed. I really do, and so does most people who commute every single day. So hopefully things get fixed. Hopefully Amtrak and New Jersey Transit, they can come to an agreement and try to figure out why every single day there's an overhead wire issue. I feel like every day that's a problem.
Yeah.
At least on one of the lines, there's a wire issue, and everyone's like, it's Amtrak. The Amtrak's like, no, our trains are fine. It's New Jersey Transit. So who knows what's going on? We'd love to see some answers because it's getting worse and worse every single day. But that's that story. That was this week's stories on the Garden State podcast. The only
Your number one source for all things
the
Jersey.
only podcasts. You're listening to the Garden State, it's the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to know this week. My name is Josh Chomek.
Are you doing the intro? Are you starting over?
Yeah, because I'm just
Are you doing the episode?
I'm just
Bad episode. Start from the top.
What's up, guys? How was your weekend?
It's good. A great weekend.
So that's this week's episode. This was a blast, and boys, I'm so sad to be leaving again. It's like I don't want to leave again, but I have to.
But you're gonna be home soon.
In a few weeks. Yeah.
You're basically back already.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully,
Hopefully what?
hopefully everything stays smooth while I'm gone.
Oh, it will.
Oh.
I'll make sure of it.
You're positive.
I'm positive.
Josh Sobo will be back next week with the Wrecking Crew, Jimmy Parks, Jordan Morris, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to be in, I'll be somewhere down the East Coast next week with the band.
Cool. Sick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Playing golf somewhere.
Living the life.
Yeah, while you guys are over here working your jobs.
Do you mini golf at all?
No.
No?
Why would I mini golf?
I don't know, because you're going down to
He's more of a driver.
Are
Going
you?
down to where?
Like near Myrtle Beach. I feel
Where
like
the best golf courses in the country are?
the best mini golf courses.
Why would I? No. Why would I mini golf if there's a golf course?
Look, just to cool down afterwards. Or warm up beforehand.
Absolutely not. Cool off by going to my house or my bus.
No. I mean,
Cool off.
cool off your muscle, like a post
No, it probably
workout stretch.
make me more mad.
Why?
Because if I miss a putt, I'm gonna go nuts.
You don't like mini golfing at all, though?
What?
You don't like mini golfing at all?
You know what? I want to try. I want to try the Tiger Woods. Have you seen his new mini golf thing in Florida? In I think the Carolinas. It's called forgot what it's called. Let me see the name of it. Tiger Woods putting bar. What is it called? Pop Stroke. You ever heard of Pop Stroke?
No.
It's mini golf.
Oh, that looks really cool.
It's mini golf for adults. So it's really, really good quality. It's a mini golf course.
Yeah.
But it's like a Top Golf for mini golf type thing. So you can get food, you can get drinks while you're outside putting. There's sand traps and stuff. So it's adult mini golf.
That looks really sweet.
Yeah, but it's a legit green and stuff. It's good quality. It's not a crappy mini putt course you go to. But I've always wanted to try this, and hopefully I can find one in Florida. But yeah, it's Pop Stroke. It's Tiger's business, and they're opening up more and more throughout the country. But I think of Top Golf, but for mini golfing and you're outside.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I would definitely go to that.
Yeah, I hope
golf.
they bring it to New Jersey. It's pretty awesome looking at the photos of this place, and that's when I play mini golf. Other than that, I'm not really going to a mini golf.
Have you seen the places in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, I've been to I grew up going to South Carolina on vacations, and
And you never saw those and were like, I gotta go play
I
there.
used to play it all the time when I was younger, before I actually golfed. But now that I actually golf, why am I going to waste my time going to a mini golf course when I'm ready on the course for 5 hours playing golf? You're on the course for a while when you play actual golf.
Yeah. Oh, it's still fun.
Jim, when was the last time you mini golfed? Just curious.
About a year ago.
Where?
Woodbridge.
New Jersey?
Woodbridge.
Where in Woodbridge?
Their community center has a mini golf course behind it. I was gonna go to Top Golf, and the wait time was insane.
So you just went to...
So I was like, I guess I'll go to this mini golf course instead.
Were you with friends or were you on a date?
I was with Damiano.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
So is that a date?
Well, his girlfriend was with him, so I guess I was third wheeling their date.
Oh, that's fun. That's cute. Third wheel right there. But anyway, thank you everyone for listening to the podcast this week. We really appreciate everyone who listens to this every week and listens to the nonsense that we spit out and how we try to communicate the news to you guys. We think it's important. We love talking Jersey. I especially love talking Jersey when I'm not here for weeks on end. Yeah. So thank you guys for having me Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. And I think this episode was awesome. So shall we just wrap it up, put a bow on it, and then get out of here?
Yeah.
And then not see each other for like a few weeks?
Well, I'm going to see Jordan next week.
Well, I'm not going to see you guys.
Perfect.
Cool. So any last words, or can I wrap it?
Wrap it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. We will be back next week with another one. Obviously not me, but Josh Sobo will be in my spot. And we'll continue to communicate the Jersey news to you guys and let you guys know everything you need to know. Because we're the only podcast that gives you all the info you need to know this week. My name is Josh Chomek. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm losing my mind. This is tough. Love you all.
See ya.
God bless America. Peace.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.